Week long, about 20% of students in an Anderson County elementary school have missed school.
Yeah, only on 7. Parents say there's this huge spike in flu cases. 7 News reporter Nicole Ford is joining us live from Concrete Primary School with why some of the parents are concerned over this uptick in the numbers. Nicole.
Amy, it's been the talk of the town here in Powdersville, from the flu to strep. Parents tell me there have already been at least 70 confirmed flu cases just at this school. And they've yet to hear anything from the district on what they're doing to stop it and why it's even happening. Doctors' offices across the upstate are working overtime as the cold, strep, and flu spread.
Definitely in the last week, we've had an increase in numbers of flu diagnoses.
Dr. Meredith Vayner says the flu can easily spread in an elementary school is a perfect environment.
They don't do as much hand washing or making sure that they're not sneezing or coughing into their hands and then touching items. So certainly in that population of kids, it would be a lot harder to control.
A situation happening right now at Concrete Primary School. The district tells me on Monday they had 136 students out of school, 144 on Tuesday and 121 on Wednesday, which is nearly 20% of the student population. Parents tell me there are at least 70 confirmed flu cases.
I took her Monday morning to find out that she had flu type A.
That's Kristen Gray, who's home with her 6-year-old, hoping that her other 2 children at Concrete don't get sick too. She says her biggest concern is that Anderson District 1 has not notified parents to the spike in absences at the school.
They alert us all the time about spirit night and this, that, and the other, and daddy-daughter dance, so they could do it the same, just letting us know. Heads up, watch out for these symptoms in your children. Please don't send them to school.
I took these concerns to the district, who tell me, in part, when we have a peak in absences because of a specific illness, we make a report to DHEC. Depending on the specific health issue determines when we call DHEC. Once we make a report, they determine what, if any, type of communication the school needs to send parents. The assistant superintendent says, for example, they would contact DHEC for a case of tuberculosis, but not the flu. Now, if you're one of those parents who has a child homesick, doctors recommend that you know when you can send them back because the flu can last up to 7 days on being contagious. They say to make sure that they no longer have any fever-like symptoms. We're live in Anderson County tonight. Nicole Ford, 7 News.
So Nicole, first of all, we wish all these kids who are not feeling well, that we hope they feel better really soon. But let's talk about the kids who are feeling okay right now. Are doctors saying go ahead and get out there and get that flu shot right now?
Well, that's one thing that the doctors actually said. You can still get your flu shot, and just also to make sure that kids are aware to wash their hands, make sure they're covering their mouth when they're coughing or sneezing. And then here at the school, the district is cleaning the building each day and focusing on those high traffic areas.
Lots of cleaning to do to keep up with this one. Okay, Nicole, thank you.
Well, a 7-month